Alright, I've had a bunch of people asking about the three-wheeler. That's the tires that was on them. 26-inch Kenda executioners. Nothing wrong with them. 12-inch ITP steel wheel that was about 40 pound a piece. And I put the 32-inch Interforce 2s on it. 16-inch aluminum Rockstars. We'll go out here and check them out. Everybody thinks it's something to be scared of. I'll show you how scary it really is. We'll go back here and see who's riding around on it. Sadie dried up. There's how scary it is. A 6-year-old can drive it. He's putting around in second gear. I don't want to get too crazy on it. It's a little tippy-toppy. As long as you're on flat ground and paying attention to what you're doing, you'll be alright. A little bit of background on it. I'm the second owner on it. It's got a newer timing chain in it. The old timing chain had all kinds of slap going on, beating and banging around, so I put a new timing chain in it. And it's got a Chinese starter on it, but the starter ain't worth the count. It don't work no more. What else? It's got a kickstart backup. It's got 54% gear reduction in it. Other than that, that thing is bone stock motor. Still got the original 86 piston and rings in it. I did have to put new brakes on the back. I don't know how long the brakes has been on there. And I put all the LEDs on it. And it's got LED strips that comes down off the fork tubes and runs all the way out the back to the exhaust, and the dead end in the exhaust on the exhaust side, and then on the toolbox side. Looks pretty good at nighttime when it's all lit up. Got 2-inch wheel spacers all the way around it, in the back and on the front. That 16-inch Rockstar. They ain't got their oh gosh dang it, they ain't got their offset on them right. So I had to offset them myself and use a 2-inch wheel spacer. Just 4 on 110 bolt pattern. I got the wheels from a KMC dealer called Busted Knuckles. They're pretty big into YouTube and videos and whatnot. Check them out, I guess. They're do a lot of rock crawling kind of stuff. I met up with them at a rock crawling event, and that's where I got the tires. No, the wheels. My problem was finding the wheels. I already knew what tires I wanted. But once I got the wheels, then I got the tires, the lug nuts, because it's got a special kind of countersunk lug nut on them. And then the wheel spacers, I got all 3 of them from Trax Motorsport. They're out of Alabama, I believe. Somewhere down around that area. Alabama, Mississippi, ain't for sure. But now that she's all done, it's got a 3,000 pound winch on the front rack also. Standard ride height in the rear. I didn't mess with anything on the rear of it, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to now, because I've got so much rake in the front of it to, I want it to sit back a little bit, but not a lot. And I've got so much rake going on in the front that the carburetor is sensing that it's leaned back at such an angle that it's, if you go to pop up a wheelie or go up a slightest little incline, gas starts running out of the overflow because it's raked up a little bit too much. So I'm thinking I'm going to take the rear of it up about 1 inch to level it back out. I think I got 7 inches of lift on the front, and I didn't have to go that big. I believe 4-inch would have done fine, but I wanted to go 7 because I wanted it to sit a little bit of an angle. I didn't want that. Them tires is like 78 pound a piece mounted, not including the spacers. 78 pound just a wheel and a tire. And I wanted that front end as light as possible. I didn't want to be fighting that great big 80 pound tire on the front there when I'm not riding around trying to play around with it. So I raked it back for that reason, just to let that front end kind of float around when I'm riding it. And like I said, a 6-year-old drives it because of the way I've got it set up. It don't take much at all to turn it. Now if you get it down in a rut, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit different. And I haven't had it in the mud. I've had all kinds of people asking me, have you had it in the mud? You got any video? How's it turn them? It's bone stock motor, I'm telling you, and I can stand that sucker up in 3rd gear and pack it all the way to 5th. The top speed on it now is about 30 mile an hour. When I had the 26s with the 54%, it cut it down to about 20 mile an hour, and I put them bigger tires on there, so it upped my rotation a little bit. I'm getting about 28 to 30 mile an hour out of it now. A standard 250 Big Red with 25-inch tall tires on it, around about 40, 45, give or take. But there she is. Nice Sunday day, and I figured why not get it out. And, no, it ain't Sunday, it's Saturday. I've been working too much. Figured I'd get it out and clean the garage out and let him ride it. I'm on his today. I'm riding Alex's little Japanese 110. This is a willy riding son of a buck. And he loves playing around with that big old beast, so we just trade for a while. But I want to get off here. That's the goods and the bads.